So you're thinking about selling a home in Bend or Central Oregon, or you're thinking about buying a home somewhere. Maybe you already live here, you're renting, or maybe you're out of the area and you're looking to relocate. Well, in today's video, we're going to be getting you up to speed on the current state of the market to prepare you for whatever transaction that you are about to embark upon as you prepare for that moment. So if this video sounds like it's for you, we're going to be getting after the August monthly market update as it relates to Bend and Central Oregon real estate right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, or it's your 50th, doesn't matter to me, and you want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, working, playing, the buying, the selling process of Central Oregon real estate, then subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell below so you can be the first to know about the current market happenings here in Bend and surrounding sunny Central Oregon. My name's Ryan. I've lived in Bend for over 30 years. My business partner, Zach, and I, we get calls and texts every day from people just like you, looking for help on selling their home here, looking for help on buying a home here, looking for help on relocating to Central Oregon from somewhere else. And we absolutely love what we do. So whether you're looking to make that transaction in 9 days or 90 or beyond 90, it doesn't matter to us. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, set up a Zoom. If you're local, let's go get coffee somewhere, and we would love to help you make that transaction a possibility. So with that being said, we're talking about the monthly market update as it relates to August. We're getting to the dog days of the summer now. We're heading into the school year. We're heading into September. As things slowly begin to slow down, we will see what happens over the next 4.5 months. It's going to be very interesting and very telling. There's already all kinds of activity going on. We just had interest rates take a slight dip for the first time in over a year. The biggest drop in interest rates in about 14 months. So what is that going to do? Are there going to be people that are on the sidelines now finally jumping into the market to make a purchase? What does that mean for sellers? Well, let's show you what the data looks like as it relates to Central Oregon real estate. So whatever it is you're preparing to do, whether you're selling, whether you're buying, you can be best prepared for that moment when it comes. We're going to share our screen and we'll just get off to the races, sharing the monthly data here as it relates to Central Oregon real estate. So we've got our beacon report up here. It just came out. This is representing August, but the data is more telling for July, the previous month, of transactions that have occurred here in Bend and Central Oregon. It's a very good indicator of what's going on here in the local market. And so if we take a look at the charts here, some of this stuff will be very interesting for some, and for others, it'll be very boring. But if you're in the market, you need to know this stuff so you can be best prepared. Our current median home price as of this month is $749,000, just a slight drop from $775 from the previous month. That was back in June. But what you're going to notice here over the last 12 months is fairly stable pricing. Probably in the mid to low sevens if we were to average it all out. And that's been basically our price point for a year. And if you scale back 36 months, it's probably still in that range, the mid to low sevens. We've had some moments and months where it's been down as low as 635,000. That goes all the way back to August of 2021. And then we've had some months last August or July, where we were actually at our all-time high of $800,000 for a single-family home. So Bend has been fairly stable, and that is very telling for where we're at right now in the market. With interest rates taking a bit of a dive, what is that going to do? Because what we know now, based off of further data in this report, we actually are going to see here shortly that our inventory is at its highest we've had in over 3 years, and it's higher than it was last month. We'll get to that in just a second. So let's take a look at total transactions. This is an interesting statistic as well. What you're going to see here is that over the last 12 months, we've had 1,534 single-family homes that have sold here in the Bend City area, currently listed 517. This doesn't count townhomes, it doesn't count condos, things of that nature, or any homes that are on the outside in Deschutes County. It's all homes that are in the city of Bend. We had 143 that sold last month. The previous month was 145. And the previous month before that was 128. But generally speaking, the summertime is when we're going to see more activity when it comes to transactions. And as we scale back to the winter months, you're going to notice that every single year it's generally down compared to where it was before and after leading up to those winter months. So pretty stable, pretty standard, a little bit low, I'd say, compared to the previous July and June periods from the previous 3 years, but that's kind of the nature of where we're at. Interest rates have been high for some time now, designed to slow down transactional activity. And there are a lot of people that are sitting on the sidelines waiting for that perfect moment. I feel like I drive it home every video that I do that there is no such thing as a perfect time to make a purchase. If you buy and are willing to wait, generally speaking, you're going to be happy with your purchase over the long haul. You're not going to be able to time a market. So with interest rates coming down, maybe they'll come down a little bit further over the next 3 to 5 months. I don't know, we will see, but there are some hints that that could be a possibility, but we don't know until it actually is happening. Let's continue to scroll down. We'll take a look at some more of the data here as it relates to Bend real estate. Days on market, 25, okay? The previous 3 months, we were at 10, 10, and 15 respectively. And then going back to the winter time, we were up to 43 and 40. Going up to 25 is a little bit of an uptick, but that has a lot to do with the fact that our inventory is now higher than it's been. I'm going to scroll through here. Than it's been in over 3 years, maybe 4 years, maybe even 5 years. You can see here the tail end of that COVID boom, the craze when everybody was making their transitions from whatever point they were at to Bend or vice versa. This happened all over the country. You saw our inventory was at a month and even below a month's worth of inventory for some time. And it's just been remarkable that we've been sitting at 2 months or under inventory for probably 2.5 years. And now finally, we're actually getting back to more of a neutral state when it comes to inventory. Home prices are a little bit high. Interest rates have been high. They're coming down a little bit right now, but more and more inventory. We're starting to catch up, and that is making it more of a neutral, more of a healthy market for both buyers and sellers, okay? You don't have to have that buyer's fatigue anymore because there is a lot of inventory available. There's more choices. You can actually go look at a house and maybe you can sleep on it without having to decide if you're going to make an offer. Maybe you can wait a couple days. Who knows? Maybe you can wait for the price to drop even. What a concept, right? We're getting back to that stage with having 4 months of inventory here in the Bend market. And that is very encouraging for a lot of people that are waiting to make a purchase. If you're selling, well, make sure that you price your home appropriately. We can help you with that if that is something of interest to you. Some more data here. This is going to be basically the median sales price per square foot. You guys can pause the video here if you want to take a look, but generally speaking, over the last 36 months, it just kind of ebbs and flows in the mid 300s to higher 300s. So now we'll scroll down here, and what we're going to do is take a look at Redmond. Now, Redmond is the second biggest town in Central Oregon, and it is just as popular in terms of growth and growth rate as Bend is right now, and you're going to notice that real soon. But what I keep remaining fascinated with is the fact that Redmond's median home price has been just below its all-time high dating back to August of 2022 at 542. We've been literally for the last 5 months 537 or basically 530 and above for 5 months straight. Redmond is booming and it's very popular. There's a lot of people that are learning about Redmond and they're deciding that the value there is better than it is in Bend for them and their situation. You still get all the same amenities in Central Oregon in Redmond as you do in Bend. You still get the same mountain views. You still get the same access to everything that is around. Some people say that Redmond is actually in a better location than Bend when it comes to where the stuff is, where the things are, where the things you like and people like to do are. So that's for each person to decide for themselves, but there is certainly no denying that there is great value to be had and affordability in Redmond as it relates to Bend. So if we scroll down, what we're going to see here is a crazy surge, 25% or so in terms of the total transactions, the sales that we had last month, 88. Okay, and if you scale back all 36 months of this chart, what you're going to notice is that it's tied with September of 2021 for 88 transactions back then, the fourth most transactions in a single month in the last 36 months in Redmond. So you can see here that Redmond is growing, it's popular, and people are continuing to showcase interest in the possibility of buying in Redmond. And a lot of times over Bend, over the possibility of choosing Bend instead of, choosing Redmond instead of Bend. So interesting information here. Days on market, 22, okay, pretty standard for the last 3 months or so. And then, of course, when you scale back to the wintertime, what you're going to notice is the same trend. Days on market tends to go a little bit higher as we are coming out of the winter period. People are busy, they're distracted. The winter slows things down a little bit sometimes, and buyers can either remain on the sideline or they can just be way more patient. So interesting information there. As we continue to move down, we're going to see real quick, this is cash versus conventional transactions. You guys can look at that if you want, building permits. And then we get down to the inventory, another very telling statistic, very important one to look at. But you're going to see here that it's sort of trending up where Bend is, 3.6. I mean, that's the highest it's been in the last 36 months too. So Bend and Redmond now collectively have more inventory as of this moment than they've had in the last 36 months or even beyond, probably 48 to 60 months. So pretty interesting right now. There's way more to choose from. Prices are coming down as a result of those homes staying on the market for longer periods of time, which means if you're buying, this might be a good time. Interest rates are coming down. If they come down more, watch out. Okay, that could really be a can of worms that's open that just creates a buying frenzy that would force prices back up. If demand comes, demand is currently on the sideline, right? It's waiting. And if demand decides to get off the sideline and jump into the arena, what's that going to do to prices? Okay, so that's something that anybody that's waiting for that perfect moment really needs to weigh and consider when they're making their decision. If you're selling, okay, it doesn't necessarily mean wait to sell. Put your house on the market right now. And if you price it appropriately, you can expect that you're going to get some good attention for your home. A lot of people still don't necessarily believe that their home should be priced where it would sell. So therefore they price it high, tends to sit, and then it has to come down in price if they want to sell. Some just choose to take it off the market or just leave it where it is, and they can be patient. So to each their own. And it's very interesting to see where we're at. Where are we going to go over the next few months? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. This is the data for Bend and Redmond. As we scroll down, we'll show you some of the data for the smaller towns in our area. Sisters, we've got Sun River, Lapine, we've got Jefferson County, which is basically Madras, and we've got Crook County, which is the Prineville area. The median home price in Sisters is going to be $768 as of last month. With 16 transactions. Okay, that's a slightly higher number than what we're used to seeing in Sisters. Usually Sisters is about 8 to 12 transactions, so 16 is a higher number. That's very telling. It's very predictable for the sake of it being in July when that occurred. Very active time for real estate. We look down at Sun River, 813 with 8 total transactions. Days on market is 30. Again, Sun River, Sisters, Lapine, they're going to fluctuate. I mean, there's homes out in Sisters that are listed for $10 million. If that thing sold, a $10 million home, well, the median price in Sisters for that month, based off of 16 transactions or less, is going to be crazy through the roof. So it's just, you got to have perspective about it and got to understand what the median home price really means. Just because it goes up for 1 month doesn't mean that everybody's house all of a sudden is now worth that much, because there's such little volume of transactions that occur in these smaller towns. Lapine, no different. Okay, 390. We were over 400,000 in Lapine for several months in a row, and now we just dipped below 400,000 for the first time, but 9 transactions total. Days on market 44. Jefferson County, really no different, sit 373 with 16 transactions. And then if we go down to Prineville, Prineville is getting a lot of action. Our videos on Prineville are very popular right now, and Prineville is growing, and it's basically the same size as some of these other towns. Madras, a little bit bigger than Lapine, a little bit bigger than Sisters. But what you're going to notice here is that the volume of transactions it's very interesting. Crook County, 28. Total transactions for single family homes in the Crook County area. And that's basically been par for the course. It's been anywhere from 25 to 40 per month over the last 6 to 12 months. And Prineville's growing. And you can see here the median home price is kind of up a little bit too. So there's value to be had in Prineville. Prices are going up. Some people like that. Some people are going to comment and tell me that they don't like it. But this hopefully gives you a little bit of a synopsis as to what's going on here in the Bend and Central Oregon area as it relates to the current market. in August. So what's going to happen as we transition from summer into the fall period? We're going into an election period. It's going to be very interesting. So if you're on the fence right now, whether it's to sell or whether it's to buy, and you're just sitting there not sure what you need to do or what you should do, call us up. Let's have a conversation. We just want to help you make the proper decision that's best for you as it relates to your transactional needs, whether you're selling. We'd love to help you sell a home. If you're looking to buy, we'd love to help you find that perfect home. Right now is a good time to be looking, at the very least, considering all the inventory that is available. It's a good time to be looking. There hasn't been a better time to be in the market to purchase in probably 3 or 4 years. So my name's Ryan, licensed broker with eXp Realty. Thank you for watching it. If you're still here, maybe consider liking the video. Maybe consider commenting down there, and maybe consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I'd say 80% of our viewers have not yet subscribed to the channel, and that's okay too. But when it's your time, reach out to us. We'd love to have a cup of coffee with you if you're local, or just have a conversation over the phone or Zoom if you're remote. Thanks again for watching, and we will plan on seeing you guys on the next video.